Alrighty, y'all. We are live for Edmonton at Dallas. Oilers leading the series 3-1. First game was an exciting watch. Seeing the Stars come back to win in the third period by 3. Ever since then, Edmonton has destroyed Dallas. Now, to go with that, Florida beat Carolina, so they're in. And we are, I don't know why we're here. We know what's going to happen. Florida, Edmonton repeat. Missed a bunch of games, and, I will apologize for the folks that enjoy coming and hanging out with me, but I just could not get the interest in it. Ended up ending the Florida Carolina game early. It's better me sitting here being bored or me just saying, you know what, maybe not tonight. So that's kind of been the deal. Been kind of mentally dragging ass a little bit, so kind of been off my game for the last week or so, but had full intentions of coming back for the Stanley Cup. Figure why not come back for this? We'll wait for Edmonton to go up 5-1, and then we'll see what we decide to do. But got the best cure in the world for being a little down and out. So back to the gym. And we'll, in about a week, should be good to go. Got to get the body moving again. And I got to admit, riding instead of driving, just taking the bike instead of driving has been awesome. It's one of those things that trying to talk myself into leaving the house is kind of tough. But once I do, just out, everything feels good. Hauling ass, get to the gym, typical hard, quick workout, cruise back. Like, I don't know, man. Just being outside that little extra bit has been great. When I choose to just flip the settings and can get some actual cardio in. Been nice. All right, national anthem before puck drop. Last gleaming, whose bright star. Yeah, get their stars chant. Was so gallantly streaming. Nice. We only got a few more of those, so got to take advantage. You know what? I never did check to see if this is going to be the best. See what the home game's at. Yep. This one's ahead. And this one's ahead. All right. Away feed it is. And and anthems. Oh Canada and Star Spangled Banner are out of the way. Dude, Otter just not doing good against Edmonton. And Skinner, let's see, what were the scores? 6-3, 3-0, 6-1, 4-1. So after the first game fumble, Dallas has scored two goals in 3 games compared to Edmonton's 13. Got it. I wonder what will happen tonight. Got to get on the Oilers roster, because I ain't gonna know these boys. All right, Edmonton's coming out of their zone up the low boards. Just a solid hit. Blackwell for Dallas on the boards. Temporary turnover as Edmonton gets in. Up to the high boards. Yemark lets it go to the corner, knowing they are ranting and headed back the other way. Ben, Cece shoots. Hits the man in front of him. Puck goes bouncing to the corner. Who's that? Klingberg. I'm going to try and get these names because we're going to need them for playoffs. Puck in. Draisaitl. What up, D? Klingberg sends it up, and Draisaitl ends up getting deep. Dude, I don't remember any of these guys. Actually, Granlund gets it to Hintz. Hintz leaves it back for Rantanen, but takes a hard hit into the boards, trying to center it. Puck goes back the other way. It's a foot race. Lindell ends up getting it out into neutral. Bouchard. Can't see the number. Oilers dump it in from the red line. Harley's able to get it out. Oh, are we going to get a high stick already? Chillin' just woke up. Got to get my right and start getting shit done right on. Dude, that bike. I love that fucking bike, man. I left the gym roughly 7 miles away. Oh, that's just a bad penalty by Bork. But there, hang on. Took the bike to the gym. Gym's 7 miles away. Got to the gym, worked out, did my normal workout, came back, stopped at Albertsons, did some grocery shopping, and got home in less than 2 hours. Like, even in the car, it wouldn't be that quick just because of traffic. Fucking awesome, man. It's got all my shit done by 10 o'clock. I haven't done that in a long time. All right, Oilers on the power play. Puck at the high baseline. McDavid dances with it in the high corner. Tosses it around. Draisaitl gets it to the point. Bouchard. Cross the blue line. Back to Bouchard. Back to Draisaitl. He misses the net wide. Puck goes all the way down. Back to Skinner. That was I'm glad I didn't hang out, man. Because like I said, if I hadn't have done it, I wouldn't have. But then I did it, and it was fucking smooth as silk, man. All right, McDavid into the high corner, tossing it up the low wall. Draisaitl takes it. Back behind the net to McDavid. Across to the center, tipped in by Perry. Oilers strike first. That's why you can't give Edmonton stupid-ass penalties, man. Because that's all that was. It was the man advantage because Bork just wasn't paying attention. Draisaitl backhands it to McDavid, and Perry just beats his man to the middle. Well, everybody abandons him and just leaves him wide open in front of the net. Not something you can do. So scoring for the Edmonton Oilers. I forgot to grab his name. Hang on. Is it Corey Perry? I always forget first names. All right, Corey Perry. So scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, Corey Perry, assisted by McDavid and Draisaitl. Still getting drunk. I intentionally didn't drink last night, so I start getting shit done. Nice motivation. Just want to chill. Absolutely, bro. No, I get it 100%. Like I said, that's exactly why I didn't start chilling. So it's just going to be redo of last year then, huh? Yes, absolutely, Slim. And I think that's the way it was intended to be this entire time. And I've always been the guy that said, no. The refs aren't trying to win the game for teams. They're just stupid. And this year has very much altered my opinion on that. All right, hints into the high corner. It goes around the net. Klingberg's back, takes a bump, but gets the puck up and out. There's that Arvidsson runs into the referee, and now Lundell at his own blue line. Stars tip in. Chased down by Bork, but Bouchard got there first. Oilers out. Bouchard up ahead, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nope. Dallas going back the other way. Wyatt Johnston trying to get it moved back deeper, and it doesn't land. Kane back the other way. Money mails the league go round. Either way, really. It's like, if you really think about it, you know. Shot towards Ottinger, goes wide. CC takes a bump as he gets it to Marchment, who gets it up ahead. Wyatt Johnston shoots, and it's covered up by Skinner. As who is that? Kulak put somebody into the net. Yo, what up, Enshrine? No, yeah, no kidding, man. I've been here and there, you know what I mean? Been all right. How you been, buddy? Like, I gotta admit, sorry to say like a bunch of times. I hate that. But I was always intending to come back for the Stanley Cup, but I just couldn't take these series anymore. It was just, we know what's going to happen. Like, I'd rather not be sitting here completely disinterested, you know? So, ended up having a night of hanging out with a buddy that I haven't seen in a while. And then, taking some time to just it's kind of nope out of these series. Be back in mid, just finished Dusty ass day at work. Yeah, for sure, man. Sounds good, Slim. Dallas spent 14 minutes and 2 seconds leading in game one. They have not led since then. That's why, like, the big reason why I haven't been interested in the games right there. And I'll admit, it was missing the game. Like, I just, got a new bike, want to go show my buddy. So I went and showed him, and he was just like, oh, by the way, I have a shit ton of beer if you want to stay and have some beer. And and it was like, okay, do I want to do that, or do I want to come watch Edmonton and Dallas? It's like, yeah, bro, break out the guitars. Let's drink. And so just didn't go crazy or anything, but I had a couple beers with them. And we just hung out, jamming the guitars for a while. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely happy I did this. Like, I haven't seen him in a while. But I'm definitely happy I did this one. And, but I do miss the crew, you know. Like I said, I wish it was just not these teams, because I like coming and watching the games with the crew. But I said, man, it's hard to pass up going and seeing the buddy. The guy, the friend, the pal. All right, commercial break. How are we looking so far besides the score being 1-0? 13:42 to go in the first. Shots are 1-1. Power play goal, man. 4 out of 5 face-off wins going to Edmonton. And nothing else really to talk about with the other stats. But Bork, I mean, dude, you got a great opportunity right here. You started it off by being lazy about turning around, lifting. It's like for some reason you lift your stick in the air and stop paying attention and smack the dude in the face. That's not brilliant. You know what I mean? But yeah, now that playoffs are basically done and we're going to finals, gotta start getting back into the swing of, like, I enjoy streaming every night. Just gotta find some other stuff to do while we stream. So it's like whether it's just sitting around doing Fishing Planet, just shooting the shit, or getting on like Warzone with Slim, doing like a movie watch party type deal, stuff like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do without hockey, man. Well, but we will figure it out. All right, face off. Dallas comes away with it. Blocker save by Skinner. Swing and a miss by Harley. Edmonton headed the other way. Draisaitl just out skating Robertson, but Robertson and shit, who is that? Somebody else just came together to make a good defensive play against them. Heiskanen. Puck around to the low boards. Harley takes a check by Kane. And Heiskanen's going to get the puck out the high boards, but Edmonton comes right back the other way. Draisaitl trying to get it up front to Kane, misses the tip. Another tip goes wide. And Dallas looks like, I mean, they look like Carolina. They just kind of look out of their league at the moment. And there you go. Janmark with another goal for Edmonton. And this is why, again, I was not overly. Wow. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I got the numbers in the wrong place, and I didn't realize it. Hang on. That's on me. Forgot to switch that over. There we go. That's better. Scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, Matthias Janmark, assisted by Arvidsson and Wallman. And already DeBoer's called a timeout, trying to pump up his group. Ottinger's already headed back. Casey to Smith coming in. 7 minutes and 9 seconds into game 5. Unfucking real. And he definitely got beat for 2 goals, but you got to put that on the defense more than you got to put it on Ottinger. Hey, man, we know how it feels. Otter. Fuck, man, that's brutal, dude. Like, I've always been a fan of Ottinger, but he obviously hasn't cut it. I mean, Avalanche almost found a way through him, or many times found a way through him, but his guy scored. Here, he's not getting any help. Like, again, I know he's giving up soft goals. These two weren't strong goals. Oilers attacking again, and they score amongst the chaos in front of the net. The Oilers go up 3-0, just over 8 minutes into the game that I am so happy to be here to watch. Holy shit, dude. Smith pokes it forward. It's just, dude, Dallas is not giving their goalies any help. Like I said, I'm not 100%. You know, all three of those goals kind of look soft, but it's the goalie versus 3 or 4 guys every time. I mean, yeah, the 1v1 that he lost, but it is unreal how bad Dallas is skating. Now, granted, I haven't watched the last 2 games. I've watched 1 out of the last 3 games, I think. So I don't know if this is just what we've come to expect from the Stars, but bruh. Scoring. Is that right? Okay. I just had to make sure. Scoring for the Edmonton Oilers. Jeff Skinner. Assisted by Henrique and Frederick. No. Oh, good Lord, dude. I should move the team to city that deserves hockey. It's an aggressive statement, but all right. Puck goes up to the high boards. Edmonton down below the net, backhand, and it's almost tipped in again by Janmark. Holy shit. What's up, Yuri? Dude, Edmonton is just all up Dallas ass, dude. Marchman takes a hip check from Arvidsson. Here's Bork hitting the red line, dumping it in, and it's out of play. 10.5 to go in the first period of this absolute massacre. Shots are 6-2, Edmonton. Absolutely wild. Bam, this kind of embarrassing for this Dallas Hockey Club. Hey, so was the Vegas performance last round against Edmonton. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It happens sometimes. You know what I mean? I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely agree with you. But it happens sometimes. At least try and show up, Stars. They're definitely not participating anymore. This is going to be a 7-0 game. Like I said, man, I've been very hesitant to stream any of this series. I enjoyed watching the 6-3 comeback win by Dallas. But I was like, that ain't going to happen again. And sure enough, Dallas has scored 3 goals in 3 games and 10 minutes. And Edmonton have scored 16 goals in that same amount of time. I'm sorry, they scored 2 goals in 3 games and 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. No, it's like I said, I haven't watched the game, so I don't have much to compare to. Like I said, this series has gone pretty much exactly how I expected it to go. And so missing games, I was just like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? That's after the first 2 games of Florida, Carolina. Carolina started playing scared. It was like, all right, this series is over. They ended up winning 1, but like that ain't gonna happen much. And so we shall see the repeat. I mean, fair warning, bro. I may be the most unbiased person calling shit during the game because I can't fucking stand either team. So it's unbiased in the way that I am going to be talking shit on everybody. That looked like goalie interference on Marchment to me, dude. He didn't get pushed into him right there. But if Florida just absolutely goes on an assault with 60 hits a game against Edmonton, that very much can change the entire setup of the game. It really depends on how aggressive they are, how much bullshit there is, because both sides are going to be knee deep in the slashes and the cross checks and all of that nonsense. So it'll be interesting to see how that gets called. It'll be interesting to see how people after the the huddles after the whistle, how that's going to go. After watching Svechnikov go early in the Florida Carolina game, and for something where everybody was going at everybody, and they got one Carolina guy, it was like, okay. You know, it's that shit that's going to make a bigger difference to see who's going to be set up with the power plays, because both power plays are deadly. Just like both penalty kills can beat you the other way. So yeah, put money on the Stars and Panthers. You said the Oilers won't win, but I think the Oilers will beat the Panthers. Hey, man, it is what it is. Like I said, I reserve the right to be wrong, Yori. It's Carolina going out. Who's your pick for team that is going to be the new Metro try and even the playoffs next year? Carolina again, another team. I mean, I never really count Washington out, but I could see a lot of things changing with them over the next season, like going into trade deadline. New York and New Jersey, New Jersey's got to grow a fat pair of balls, or they ain't gonna go. They're not gonna move further past the first round for a while. They've got potential in a couple years, couple more guys, get a couple more guys in, get them a little more hard nosed, get just 1 or 2 big defensemen, something like that. But otherwise, no, hey, I'm not taking it as criticism, Yuri. It's all good. But Rangers, I just don't see them putting together anything for a while. They made a couple of trades that lightened them up, and then the way they play, there kind of needs to be a culture shift in New York if they're gonna be anywhere. Oh shit, Dallas scores. Robertson just buried one. I'll finish that thought in a second. So yeah, you heard New Jersey is under Fav this summer. I don't know if he's the only one missing piece of them. That if Vegas gets rid of Dorofea, all of Las Vegas will riot. But still believe maybe they bereave. I am so lonely. Yeah, they don't. Here's the thing with Dorofeev anyway. New Jersey doesn't need a kind of quick little guy that can score. Getting a guy that can score wouldn't hurt them, but they don't need another quick little guy. They need to learn how to play heavy, and you get heavy guys. That usually helps. At least that's my opinion. But I could, like I said, Washington is going to be interesting because you got to see what everybody's going to be up to. Who's going to leave? I really don't make too many judgments, to be honest, until the start of the season because there's always moving going around. Who we going to keep through preseason, all that stuff. And then injuries throughout the year kind of changed my opinion of what might happen at deadline. And then crazier shit's happened at deadline than I can even say. So, it's really for me, I try not to make too many judgments till we get towards the end of the year. And even with that, I haven't done a great job this year. A couple of teams were really good this year, and I expected them to be, and a couple of teams really sucked. They just score again? Damn, dude, how far behind is this feed? I was like, damn, okay. I'm like, Enshrine. I mean, I know I'm a little bit behind because of the delay and stuff, but bro, how far behind are we? But who do I think? Oilers or Panthers? Unfortunately, I don't care, but the Oilers will probably. Well, I think they want Florida to repeat. So honestly, who do I think will win? Edmonton. I'd probably put my money on the Florida repeat just because. I mean, I think New Jersey should be in on Rust. I think it wouldn't be a dumb idea to see Riley Nashville be looking to offload. Yeah. See, now that's not bad thinking. And then with that, you tighten up their special teams because they couldn't get a power play past Carolina. So you spend all summer working on hitting, working on reverse checking, working on being a nasty little gnat that doesn't get called for penalties. And you work on your power play and your penalty kill. You move those guys around and you start focusing on those things. Boom. Then New Jersey. Now we have a conversation. You think they'll humiliate them? Yeah, I think it's going to be a repeat of last year. But hey, Yori, cheers to that, man. I mean, I can't blame you for thinking that's how it's going to be. That's going to be the outcome. All right. McDavid shoots, fought off by DeSmith. Forgot to change the power play. All right, with a minute left on the power play, 6:18 to go in the period. McDavid is offsides as he enters the zone. See, where'd he miss? Oh, no, good blocker save by DeSmith. Puck behind the Dallas net, and they clear. Puck to Kleinberg at the red line. Goes opposite corner. Dallas gets the bounce off the wall. And here goes Wyatt Johnston, one-on-one. Circles up, trying to get it across the ice. Quick shot and a big save by Skinner on the left blocker. If he could have gotten that shot up, that's a goal. But he keeps it on the ice. Edmonton back into the Dallas zone. 10 seconds on the power play. Low circle. All the way across. Nope. Picked off right in the middle. And Dallas is going to do the light toss down as the power play ends. 5 1/4 to go in the first. Yeah, it's the YouTube delay. Unfortunately, in how I stream, I can't fix that. I have to go through and do it a different way, which I'm not sure how I am going to end up doing. Oh, that was a great tip by Edmonton to Smith, able to get the puck to the high corner, and Marchment takes a wrap. Cross the red line, toss deep. Puck back up the high boards, into neutral. Heiskanen tosses it in. Dallas chasing. Oilers there first, and Nurse sends it up the high wall. Oilers coming back the other way. Good pressure by Hintz. And Granlund has it. Trying to get it to Rantanen. Picked off by the Oilers. Sent the other way. Arvidsson takes a rocket shot by Bischel. And then an extra little cross check to the back of the head twice. I'm not going to lie. Which that's what Bischel does. I've said that since Dallas played Colorado. If number 6 for Dallas is on the ice, he's cross-checking someone, guaranteed. Battle in the high boards. Arvidsson, Robertson, Heiskanen trying to help out. Puck comes down around Bischel up the boards. But see, honestly, as much as I'm not a fan of Bischel because of how much he cross-checks, like that's the one thing he does. That's a guy that New Jersey could pick up and to make very good use out of. Ben just put somebody into the Oilers bench or hit them hard along the bench. That is a good right pad save by Skinner. And then the tip, good right pad save by DeSmith. And yeah, Bischel just leveled Arvidsson and dropped his ass on the ice. 3:21 to go in the first. Shots are 9-6 Edmonton. Still leading by 2. Puck up the high boards out of the Oilers zone, right back in. Dallas reset. And Arvidsson just fell over at his own side of his own bench. I'm not sure how Perry just caught that one way across the blue line. Period's over. He's not an elite player anymore. I mean, pretty sure he's a young dude. He's a fairly young dude. So I don't like Jamie Benn, but his career being over, I'm not in as much of agreement. I'll put it that way. I don't necessarily agree. They're going to say he fell over, incidentally taking out Dallas skates. I'm not saying I disagree with it, but seeing exactly, because, I mean, he went down and then slid a long-ass way. Hence, into the low corner. Rantanen trying to take a hard angle shot. Or who is that? I couldn't see a number. It looked like 96, but as he moved, I couldn't tell. And him being an elite player. That's, like you said, if that's cool. Like I said, I don't necessarily agree with you, but that's how you feel, man. really won't argue with you about it. You know what I mean? Face off to the right of the Smith. Oilers get it, but fumble. Hintz gets past neutral. Dallas gets a quick change, and now Duchesne shoots. Didn't get through Nurse. Nurse coming back the other way. Puck deep into the Dallas zone. Draisaitl trying to tip it along to anyway, Dallas going the other way. Duchesne. Sorry, that's Harley making moves in the low corner. Back to the point, and it misses everybody. Hey, you never know, man. Like I said, you could be right. That's why it's like, you know, hey, fact that I disagree does not mean you are wrong. You know what I mean? You absolutely could be right. I'm kind of like, I'm completely over Jamie Benn. I think it's a fucking act. He's a dirty bastard. Ever since he tried to break Stone's neck, and then when he skated into Manson's stick and flopped harder than about anybody I've ever seen, I can't take him seriously. He's a good hockey player, though. Fortunately, there are quite a few guys like that where I would love watching them if they would just cut out the bullshit, but it seems impossible. Ooh, going down. 15 seconds left. Rantanen gets it around to the low corner, but 8 seconds left. Harry into the Dallas zone. Good stick. Forces it back, but he centers it. And now in the corner, we go to first intermission. So there is a little life in Dallas, although not a whole lot. Let's be honest here. But you never know if things can turn around. I mean, Dallas has done it before in this building. So seeing Edmonton lose a 2-goal lead, wouldn't, 3-goal lead, it wouldn't be the first time, but I would not expect it today. We will see, though. Let's check on some stats real quick. Face off, split right down the middle, 10 apiece. Shots are 9-7 Edmonton. 2 power plays for 2 power plays for the Oilers, none for the Stars. Hits are 14-11 Edmonton. Block shots are 5-1 Oilers. Giveaways are 6-3 Oilers, and takeaways are 1-0 Oilers. But that's where we're at as of right now. So, like I said, I am not expecting anything to change from what has happened the last 3 games. I will always say it's possible, but takes the lead, win every game after that, wins the series. How likely is that? It's not. Like, I'm more likely to stand up, cough, and shit gold bricks. Yeah, roughly. I mean, maybe, plus or minus a rounding error. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I see it being 6-1, 7-1. You would think the Dallas Skaters are feeling like shit because they are somewhat responsible for Otter getting bowled, because they didn't help him at all, and they haven't done great helping DeSmith, but Yeah, there you go. There you go, Enshrine. That's exactly it. Like I really cannot cheer for either team, so I'll go with, USA, USA, USA. That's about all I got. And that means go Panthers. So, oh boy, this is about to be a long 40 minutes, gentlemen. There. I'm going to kick on the timer, take a few minutes, get up, stretch, all that good shit, and we'll come back in for second period, y'all. Oh, you know what? I don't think I changed over. I did not. Let's get rid of that, bring that back up. And all right, guys. I'll be back in a couple minutes. There we go. All righty, we are back. Don't know. Don't know exactly what to expect, but not expecting much. Hopefully, I really don't think that the bar has the ability to really light a fire under the Stars' ass, but potentially the team can rally each other saying it's not done yet. Because it's not. I mean, there's still 40 minutes of hockey, only down 2 at home. There's always a chance. But if Dallas somehow finds a way to win this, they're gonna lose fucking 13-0 when they go back to Edmonton. So we shall see. Haven't seen ads in a while, so watching this thing for Fountain of Youth. Man, a whole lot of movies these days that pique my interest. I still got about a minute and a half according to this feed. Let's see if any of the other ones are a little bit quicker. There it is. Looks like home and away are on the same time. And that's actually a little bit slower, so we'll stick with this guy. The TV's muted, everything's good to go. Oh, Ben went elbow straight to the nose on that one. Who is that on Ekholm? Here we go. Edmonton wins the face-off. Little swing and a miss trying to go up the high boards. Step back to Skinner. Up to the high corner. High board just tipped out. Dallas is going to go get it. Hints to CC. CC all the way up trying to get it tipped in. And it does not get tipped. Icing. Face off in the Dallas zone. Oh, that's that. Okay. Hins versus McDavid. Oilers end up with it. Rantanen just got taken down. We'll forget about that. Perry gets it below the net. Nugent Hopkins takes it back high. Bouchard at the point. Back down below the net. Rantanen ends up with it on the low boards, trying to get it out, and he does. Foot race for it. Bouchard back first. Ekholm gets it to Nugent Hopkins. He gets it into the high corner of the Dallas zone. Heiskanen on the low board loses it. Nugent Hopkins gets it around to McDavid. Able to connect, but not completely. Heiskanen gets it up and out on the high boards into the Oilers zone. Robertson on the high boards against Janmark. Gets it to the middle. Dallas can't connect. Oilers back the other way. Janmark kicks it ahead. Arvidsson going deep against Marchment. Puck pops into the air, and Dallas is going to come away with it. Heiskanen out of the zone. Red line and in. Dallas goes for a change. Wyatt Johnston chasing it down as Skinner Sets it up in the high corner. Nurse gets it ahead. And, ooh, turnover at the high point. Stars come in. Oh, trying to make a move with Sagan. And then Marchment couldn't get the puck out front, but we have a hooking penalty. So do you think the Oilers take the cup back to Canada, or the Panthers spoil everything for the Oilers in Canada in general? All right, so Kulak to the box for hooking. I don't know. I think Edmonton wins it. I really do. It's a good year to do it. Viewership's down. No one gives a shit about the teams. Just give it to Canada. Get it out of the fucking way. But in reality, I honestly don't know, because both teams are able to score, and that's going to be the difference for both sides. You know, it's going to be like 6-5 wins. You know what I mean? At least I think it's going to be. So I really don't know. It comes down to whose goalie is going to be the better. I feel the Panthers will spoil the Oilers party. I do too. I hope so. You know what I mean? But at this point, I just really don't know anymore, man. Because this year, I have been very disappointed by teams that I had low expectations from. You know what I mean? And then I've been surprised by a couple of teams during certain games. And so calling winners in the regular season, I had a pretty good feel. I was pretty good about calling those, but then in the series, I've been very surprised. Canadian team winning a Stanley Cup in 32 years. Like I said, it's going to happen eventually. I mean, I expect I expect it to be almost exactly like it was last year. And the Panthers come away with it. But again, I have been wrong more than once. And got no problem saying it, you know what I mean? So it's like, I wouldn't bet money on the series. I'll put it that way. But I'm thinking the Panthers come away with it. Yeah, that looked like a flop on Marchment's end, but Dallas is out of the power play already. Why did I just go to a commercial break? What the fuck just happened? There we go. CC into the zone. Oilers back the other way. Draisaitl with Kane. Kane gonna go for the wraparound. And actually ends up between the legs of Casey to Smith. And it stopped. It was a good job by Lundell to go back to the corner. How that ended up under the Smith's leg okay, that's how. I was gonna say, how that didn't go through to Draisaitl end up in the net is wild. But the way it bounced off was like, okay, there you go. Oilers along the blue line off the boards, ends up tight for an attempt against the Smith. Stars have it, and Hintz misses it, going back the other way. Shot by Henrique, stopped by Lundell out high. Dallas fumbling again. Another turnover, doesn't leave the zone. Good Lord, guys. Hintz finally clears up to Rantanen. CC in. Trying to get a center. Nobody's in the center. Don't try to go up the boards. Oilers are going to come away with it. Oh, man. Stars back up the other way. Oilers take it back in neutral. Little bump on Nugent Hopkins as he gets it into the zone. The Stars have it. What's the call? A hand pass. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It looked like the Oilers made the call on that, not the referee. But if it's the right call, it's the right call. Unreal. Just over 6 minutes gone. Sagan gets it deep into the Edmonton zone. Wallman chased down by Duchesne. Stars have it in front of the net. Backhand misses. Coming up the boards, Draisaitl, followed by Kane into the Stars zone. Heiskanen against Draisaitl. Oh, Harley just cross-checked Kane. You love this. Don't do that. That's a no-no. Anyway, Duchesne trying to get it out. Gets clobbered as he does. Edmonton keeps it in. Draisaitl's shot goes off the backboards. Heiskanen into neutral. Hits the red line and dumps it. Dallas goes for a change. Little circling around. Wyatt Johnston being a gnat. Nugent Hopkins gets it in from the red line. High corner. And up and out of play. Face off to the left of the Smith. Just missed on that backhand, man. Great attempt. Opportunities are there for both sides. It's going to be a matter of who takes what from who and when. You know what I mean? Bump, bump. Bring up some solitaire or something, some pyramid. Waiting for these commercials. Of course, there's a commercial. I mean an ad. Oh, gonna have to see Dallas power play that's successful, and we're gonna have to see it soon. Because if it doesn't happen in this period, Edmonton's going to score in the last 5 minutes of the period. And it's just, it's not going to be like the first game. It's going to be like the last three have been. Almost done. And I'm almost through this level of this deal. Okay. Let's get back to it. Dallas just fumbling the puck, so their entries are always scatterbrained, man. They're just not controlling at the blue line and getting it into each other. Rather than a dump and chase, it's a dump and hope. Sent in by Ekholm. The Smith gets it to Cece. She gets it up. Dallas loses it at neutral. Gets it back in neutral. Cece dump and chase. Edmonton right out. Janmark gets through. Puck back to Nurse. He shoots. Misses the net. Ben gets it ahead to Steele and out. But here comes Edmonton right back the other way. Tipped into the Oilers zone by Dallas. Oilers clear. Henrique trying to chase it down. Heiskanen can't get it past Henrique. Trying to get it to Marchment. Marchment goes back to Lundell. Lundell gets it out. Sheen dumps it in. Klingberg gets it around the boards. Heiskanen towards the net. A good tip by Marchment. Stopped by Skinner. Duchesne trying to make moves behind the net. Gets it to the point. Low point. Heiskanen back to the high point. Towards the net. Bouncing. Puck misses. And the feed back out front goes off a Heiskanen skate. Barely able to keep it in, but does a good job. But coming up the high boards, Dallas keeps it in momentarily. It's back down low. Marchment gets it back up high across the blue line. Heiskanen towards the center. Marchment whiffs. That was a good stick. Oh, by whoever just got rocked by Duchesne. 96 for Edmonton. Absolutely saved a goal. Wallman already good for a goal and saved a goal. Puck up front. Dallas. Bork not able to feed it through. Cece throws it at the net. Sent up to the high boards by Skinner. Oh, right up front. Turned over. Bork has it. And he can't get it through Skinner again. Wyatt Johnston trying to follow up. Can't get it through. Wyatt Johnston goes down again by the pressure. Bork went in for a hit. Got lucky. The guy kind of saw him coming because he was aiming for the dude's chin. How is that not considered Ekholm taking down Bork? It is. Okay, we're going to have a power play for Dallas. And they need to score on this one. This is what I said at the beginning of the period. Dallas needs to score on a power, or actually I said it a couple minutes ago, about 10 minutes to go in the period. Dallas needs to score on a power play. Otherwise, they're in trouble. I'm going to change, make that color a little darker, actually. Now I'm looking at it. Yeah, fuck it. That's fine. We'll see if there is hope based on this power play. And if they don't score, they better be very fucking close to scoring. Otherwise, they're in trouble. Oh, dude. Fat Joe apparently bailed out Bieber. You find some weird shit on X sometimes. You forget about things and then you're reminded. We're on commercial break, guys. There ain't nothing to. Like I said, I've either they score or they don't. That decides the game for me. Skinner trying to go out from behind his own net. Oilers get it. Sorry, I'm spacing out already, man. Harley out of his own zone. Picked off by McDavid. Wyatt Johnston's going to go back to Harley. Let's try that again, Dallas. It's Johnston up to the high boards. Robertson gets it to Hintz across to Rantanen, but he loses the puck and can't shoot. Rantanen gets a bouncing puck on net, and Skinner makes a stop. Just not able to aim that puck whatsoever. Rantanen is struggling with it. Back to Hintz. Hintz to Rantanen. He's looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes out high. Shot stopped out top. And it's scored by Roope Hintz. And now we've got ourselves a game. I still think Edmonton scores in this period, but just good control throughout the. I mean, they left the zone and then they had good control all the way back. And Skinner was having a bounce back from all over. You know what? He missed the post when he set to the right. He set to his right in the crease, and when he tried to push back, he missed the post. So it was just a flop. Scoring for the Dallas Stars with a power play goal, Roope Hintz, assisted by Johnston and Harley. With 7:20 to go in the second period, it's a 1-goal game. Dallas up the low boards, trying to get it out of the zone. Edmonton's going to take it back into their own. McDavid in. Trying to get it to Kane. Heiskanen doing good work to keep the shot from happening. Dallas the other way. Sagan has it. Feeds it up tight. Just can't quite make the cut back. Ooh, Lundell. I'd have not minded him just letting one rip from right there. Bad passing again. Takes Heiskanen out of the zone. And they didn't check. Marchment takes the puck off sides. Ugh. Shots are 13 apiece with just over 6.5 to go in the second period. Puck into the Edmonton zone. Battle behind the net. Ben gets it over. Trying to get fed out front. Hard check. So wins this game. Put all my save on the Oilers for the next game. That's a hell of a choice. Big hit by Ben. Puck on the low boards. Down underneath Skinner. Comes out front. Not able to complete the shot with Blackwell. Or no, that was Steele, number 18. Bushel gets it behind his goalie. And Dallas gets it clear. Granlund gets it in. All right, back to neutral. Dallas dumps it. Chased around to the high corner. Dallas comes away with it. A quick shot goes off the skates of Ekholm. Foot race, and you're not going to... And I froze up. And McDavid scored on the breakaway. Dude, I froze. I say he's on Canucks next year. Hey, Slim, I like that better than... I like that. You should do it. You know what? Screw it. Let's just... I encourage it. But I did call that one. I said Edmonton would score again, and what do you know? Hinch tried, but dude, you're trying to chase down McDavid. That's no matter what you think of him, he is a fast son of a bitch. 5:32 to go in the second. Oilers into the Dallas zone. Edmonton on net. The Smith fights it to the back wall. CC loses it. Henry comes out low point shot. Wallman goes wide. Oilers back down low into the low corner. Hartley ends up with it. He'll pass it back, and CC gets it up and out. No, he doesn't. Good Lord, Dallas. Tipped in by Perry. The Smith couldn't make a play on it, almost late getting back to his goal. But up front, the Smith stops it and then covers it. 4:23 to go in the second period. Placing the goalie like it was his fault. If that's what you think, man. Like I said, it was, I mean, he gave up 2 soft goals. I don't know if I would have pulled them, but you typically do it to try and light up, like, not just as punishment for the goalie, but also to light a fire under your team's ass and basically say, you know, good job, jackasses. You're the reason he's sitting on the bench. I mean, so far, he's only given up as many goals as... Actually, no, he hasn't. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. Wait, I can't remember if Otter got pulled after 2 or 3. I think he got pulled after 2. So he's given up the same amount of goals so far. And about the same amount of time, you know what I mean? I mean, at that point, you've got nothing to lose. Work with these losers. Okay. I mean, even though they just scored, Dallas did score 2 goals. You know what I mean? I mean, they pulled the goalie and Dallas scored 2 goals. So it worked a little bit with them. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely changed the performance. So... Oh. Like, the 4th goal was a bad turnover to the wrong guy. You know what I mean? Well, sure. Face off to the right of the Smith. Puck to the low point. Nurse throws it on net. The Smith gloves it. We'll get another face off. 4:19 to go in the second period. Dallas can't help but keep turning over the puck, man. Harley finally gets it out. Bork. Oh, goes around to the high boards, kept in by Dallas. Heiskanen gets it poked away, going back to Edmonton. Lost the puck because they got their skate stuck on a stick. Nurse feeds it up to Kane. Gets past Lundell. Lundell acted like he kind of got a little bump to the noggin. It's possible. Kane trying to turn and get a shot on net. That stopped. Dallas the other way. Sagan gets it in, gets it deep. Marchment takes a bump, but it's kept in by Dallas. Goes high over the net. Marchment has it taken away from him, and the Oilers are going to go back the other way. Draisaitl's pass to himself picked off. Sagan. And they're going to call it offsides. Not back in time on the high boards. 2:48 to go in the second. Shots are 17-13 Edmonton. So playoff goals with 2+ points. Playoff games with 2 or more points. To Smith to Hintz. Hintz gets it through neutral. Battle happening, but Edmonton comes away with it. Granlund going to back to put pressure on Ekholm. He gets it up to Nugent Hopkins. Through neutral, that's a swing and a miss. We've got an icing on Edmonton. Puck deep. Johnston trying to get against Ekholm. Puts up pressure, but McDavid's going to come back the other way with speed. Duchesne does a good job staying with him. Puck comes to the net. It's slowed down, floats through the crease, and kept away by Dallas. That was dangerous. Perry now coming out. Dumps it deep. Janmark chasing it against Heiskanen. Comes out front. Only Dallas back. Robertson feeds it across neutral. Dumped in. Randon's going to try and catch it on the low wall. He's able to get it down low. That should have been a hook. He looked like he went hard at dude's collarbone, but we're good. Shot on net. Nope. Shot towards the net. Hits a body way out high. Bischel on the high boards. Gets it to Steele. Who gets it to Ben. Back to the point. Shot. Hits bodies out front. Dallas needs to get the puck to the net. A lot of their shots are from way up high, way outside. They need to get in closer. Bischel takes a hit as he gets it deep. Ben trying to get... Ooh. I mean, it wasn't a cross check, so... I'm not sure how he just got his ass beat right there. Stars into neutral. Chasing it down. And Oilers are going to come back the other way. We're into the tennis match portion of this hockey game. 20 seconds to go in the second period. Duchesne in, but he loses it. On to Smith. He lets it go. Lindell trying to get it up ahead. Breaks his stick on the pass. That looked offsides. That'll be challenged if they put it in the net, but Duchesne ends up hitting the dude with it instead. So here we are getting ready, or starting the second intermission. Dallas back to -2. And nothing exciting about this game. Had a moment. That's about it. We shall be back. Let's try and get the timing a little closer to what it's supposed to be. We'll do... All right, we'll see you guys after intermission. All right, all right. We're coming back. Edmonton leading 4-2 as we await to start the third period. I At this point, I believe more than even just like a miracle in the favor of Dallas. What Dallas needs more is a mistake from Edmonton. Edmonton puts Dallas on the power play. That might have the ability to at least change a little bit of the projection of this game. However, I don't see it happening. I think that Edmonton's going to score probably within the first 4.5 minutes. And then Dallas will just quit. All right, I'm almost done with this, and then we'll get back to the game. No, I'm screwed anyway. All right. Let's see how this goes. Face off to the left of Skinner. Oilers dump out. And a good stick by Kane gets it past Heiskanen. Dude, Oilers are same old disruptors. Rantanen all the way across. Robertson beats Skinner and Dallas scores. Robertson with his second of the game to bring Dallas back to within one. And just like that, the Stars again return from the depths. Like Rantanen made a good play and went all the way across, and then Robertson just knows how to beat Skinner, apparently. Oh, man. I got to put my ear in for this. Man. Scoring for the Dallas Stars with his second of the game, Jason Robertson, assisted by Rantanen and Harley. And Rantanen decided to show up for one. Let's see what the response is, because again, Edmonton is going to score. I think that is just at this point, it's damn near a given. They will score at least one more. So Dallas needs to make sure they get one or two before Edmonton does. Wyatt Johnston gets out of his zone. A good poke. Brandon gets deep into the low corner. Robertson's able to take the puck away, get it back deep across the center, doesn't connect with anybody. Harley's able to get it to himself, but under pressure. Rantanen has it below the net, feeds it to the front, swung at and missed. And now Arvidsson, who made a great play with the stick, gets down, takes a shot off of Heiskanen, and goes to the high wall. Puck in the Dallas zone. To the high wall. Stopped by Marchment. And Dallas gets it out. Granlund with Hintz. Up to the high point. Stars to the net. Hits bodies out high. Little bit of chaos. Oilers finally get it out. Not very quickly. Still battling to the red line for it. And Granlund has it. But he gets taken out as he tries to get in. Okay, Stars have a little bit more skip in their step this period. And there's the goal I was talking about, off the stick of Lundell. And he owned goals. Trying to stop the feed out to the center. And it goes in, beating to Smith. Oh, no, it goes off the skate of Lundell, not his stick. That's happened to like 8 of the original playoff teams. Just unfortunate location, just wrong place at the right time for the wrong reason, man. Oh, Blackwell almost put something in the net. This Heiskanen gets it deep. Marchment putting a good hit. Dallas into the zone. Sagan looking for something to do. Harley goes towards the net, hits bodies out high. Should have made the pass to the high point like the guy was calling for. Draisaitl deep against Harley and Marchment. Draisaitl gets it around the low boards to the point. Back around to the high corner. Harley leaves it for Marchment. Back to Harley. Dallas, get out of your own zone, guys. Come on. I think we're going to wait for one more Edmonton score and then call it good. Because I think that's what's going to happen. It may not end 6-3, but I'm waiting for it to become 6-3. Edmonton has it off the low boards, fed back down below the net. Edmonton up the high boards, back down below the net. Dude, Edmonton's going to score quicker than I thought. All right, Rantanen the other way. Fucking neutral. Here comes Dallas back around the net. Robertson spins around in neutral, trying to go back the other way. He'll dump and chase. Klingberg gets there first, puts it off the boards, and now Janmark's going to head back the other way. With speed. Arvidsson was waiting for a shot from like the worst position to shoot from ever. Damn, dude. Ben just straight up grabs Klingberg's visor as he goes in, shot on net, and Skinner freezes it. Ben just straight up grabbed dude's visor and pulled on it as he went past him. Ay, ay, ay. Back to Pyramid. Oh, man. Like I said, this is actually Dallas is doing a lot better than I thought they were going to. Not saying a whole lot with that, but at least they scored more than one goal. They just right now they can't catch a break. All right, here we go. All right, Ekholm trying to get out of his own zone, gets it to neutral. Dallas, Harley reset and back in. Back to Ekholm in the high corner. Under pressure this time. He does not get it out. High point up to the middle. Rantanen tried to make a move. Puck goes onto an Oilers stick. From the red line, Edmonton gets deep. Harley resetting behind Ottinger. Little move by Heiskanen back to Harley. Up ahead. Ben swats it down. Puck trying to get fed to the center. It was a good attempt, but Edmonton sticks were too strong. And that's no icing. Good. Clear. Harley heads back the other way, gets it ahead. Tossed up again. And now Ben tried to get it to the center again. Edmonton sticks are too tight right now. Nurse dumps, goes for a change. CC gets it to Lundell. Dallas getting clear of their zone. Steele up ahead all the way across the blue line, and Marchment couldn't control it. Klingberg back the other way. Now we're right back to the way the game looked in the second period. Dallas did good there for about 7 minutes, but now they're losing it. Puck up to the high boards for Dallas in their own zone. All the way across. Bischel not going to get to the puck first. Cameraman completely lost track of the puck. Good job, buddy. Bischel to Rantanen. He gets the puck in, and McDavid goes to Ekholm in the high corner. Dallas keeps it in. Rantanen trying to get past Ekholm. He trying to feed it up front off of Johnston's stick from Robertson. Wyatt Johnston behind the Oilers' net, trying to go out front to Harley. Harley can't feed it behind the net. Trying to go out to the center. Perry ends up with it. And it's gone. Icing. Edmonton, 10:48 to go in the third. Face off in front of Skinner. Heiskanen gets it in. Oilers get it out. All right. That's about all we're going to be seeing for the next probably 25 minutes of real time. Approximately 10 minutes and 20 seconds of game time. Dallas. Dude. Dallas is starting to get pissed off, and it's one of those things that maybe if you started getting pissed off, I don't know, a week ago, it might make a difference. A little too late nowadays. Shots at 21-18 Edmonton, 10:05 to go in the third. Oilers turn it over in their own zone again. Dallas trying to get it behind the net, can't do it. Not able to be kept in by Dallas. But Dallas gets it right back in. Marchment in the low corner. Sagan. And Dallas loses it again. Robertson on the high wall, trying to get it to the point. Should have gone down the low boards. Rantanen gets it to Lundell. Lundell in. Over to Wyatt Johnston, feeding it towards the middle. Tries to get across the crease. Dude. Puck's gone, man. Let's touch a little bit of wrapping up down on the crease, but it is what it is. Bouchard. That was a good job by Perry. Gets it to Bouchard, but it's a little bit of a fumble. Granlund gets it in. Skinner gets it around. Granlund goes around to the blue line. Dallas has it. Harley shoots. Puck goes wide. And Edmonton gets out. 7:30. Another Dallas turnover. Arvidsson outbodied Bischel for a second, then Bischel came back and promptly whooped his ass. A couple cross checks, nothing new. Steele heads out. Blackwell goes across the Bork. Shot and glove saved and frozen by Skinner. Hurry up and just end the game. Another commercial break. Only got a couple minutes left, y'all, and we're done with this. And then the next nightmare starts, which is an Edmonton, Florida repeat. Ugh. Well, we'll be here for it. I just realized how I didn't have a light on, but oh well, it's bright enough. And then Heiskanen whiffs on his shot. Oilers 2-on-1. Good job, Heiskanen. Very poor job, whoever that was for Edmonton. But they come away with the puck to the point. Across the blue line. Back up the low wall, and Dallas is going to go the other way. Puck from neutral by Dallas. Oilers go back the other way. Puck from neutral by Dallas. And Ekholm goes up to the point. Dallas keeps it in. Lundell shoots. Hitting bodies out high. They're not getting the puck deep enough. All their shots are from the top of the circles. Lundell throws it down and around Skinner. Comes back behind the net. Little battle happening. Duchesne comes away with it, goes back behind the net. And just a battle happening down low. But Oilers eventually get it out. That was definitely too many men, but they're going to give them the grace. Ben just out of his reach. Dallas through neutral. Bischel dumps it in. Draisaitl trying to get past Hintz. He does. Gets past Ben. And oh, Dallas through neutral again. Knocked down by Edmonton. Sent back the other way. Dude, this is just hard to watch now, man. Dallas can't enter for shit. A good move by Harley. Gets it up to Johnston and Robertson down low. Back to the middle. Oilers back the other way. Try it again. Johnston goes deep. Robertson to the point. Harley towards the net. Robertson can't control. He turns and shoots and hits a skate. Back the other way. CC. Nope. Turnover to Janmark. 3.5 to go in the third. They better get established and pull to Smith or they're going to run out of time. And a swing and a miss on Dallas ends up icing the puck. Face off in the star zone. Brutal, dude. Hang on, froze up. $3:14 to go. It's almost over. Why are we buffering now? Ha! Ha 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 ha. I thought Dallas was going to get scored on again. Dude, what is happening right now with this shit? Correct, Marcor. That is why I hated him the 3 years he was with us. I don't necessarily think so, but it is what it is. I mean, he only gave up one more goal than Otter did, so. And when he pulled Otter, Dallas scored twice and made it a 1-goal game. So again, I don't necessarily. Otter, how many goals staying for 2 shots? And how many goals did he give up? I mean, ran in just trying, but no good. icing. 133 to go with the Dallas empty net. Just either way, I mean, Dallas could gotta have more trust in your goalie though. Why? What have been the okay? Other than the last 3 games, what were the scores? He had trust in him. He started him for a game that he shouldn't have started. Like, Otter has not been great through the playoffs. He really hasn't. At this point, fuck it. He let up 2 goals how quickly, and you're going to have trust in him? Fuck that. Get his ass on the bench, put somebody new in. Maybe at the same time, you light up your skaters because it's their fault that Oilers got the opportunities that they did. Like, pulling Otter is not a dumb decision in my mind. Because again, he let up 2 goals immediately. You know, the Smith only let up 1 extra goal on a lot more shots. You know, he let up 3, Otter gave up 2. And like I said, once they pulled Otter, you know, Edmonton scored and then Dallas scored twice and made it a 1-goal game. So the idea behind it went exactly, like, I guarantee you it went exactly how DeBoer fucking planned it. He was just hoping Dallas would score a little bit more and maybe the defense would show up, but they decided they didn't want to fucking play today. Like, out of play. 20 seconds left. All right, so we'll see what's going on the next couple of days. See what Slim's up to, what Wolfie's up to. Maybe just hang out and fish, hang out, play some Warzone, stuff like that. We'll see how it goes over the next couple of days. See what I kind of want to do. Bro, what do you okay, if that's how you feel about it, dude, this isn't fucking, you know, this isn't friend time. Oh my goodness, I love you, buddy. This is NHL hockey. It's disrespectful that Otter let up 2 goals and 2 shots. Like, you're looking at it very one-sided. I'll say that, Marcor. And it is what it is. You know, I love you, buddy. I'm not mad at you. But you have a very one-sided outlook on it. And for it to be disrespectful to pull him after he gave up 2 goals and 2 shots, but it's not disrespectful for Otter to be this shit through the playoffs, like, I gotta argue with that. I said, you don't want to get pulled after facing 2 shots. Don't let the only 2 shots you face go in. It really does come down to that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like I said, that game went exactly how I expected. I'm actually surprised that Dallas scored 3 goals, but that went exactly how I was expecting. You know, Dallas has scored 2 goals in the last 3 games. Sure. Still though, like, look, buddy, you're never going to convince me. I've said what I said. I'm out of here. I didn't need, like, to be honest, I didn't want to watch that. I don't want to watch the playoffs. I have no interest in an Edmonton, Florida fucking playoff, fucking rematch, but we'll see how the first game goes. I plan on being here for that, but like I said, between then and now, between then and now, maybe come on for fishing with D and Josh or some Warzone with Slim, but we'll see what happens for first Stanley Cup game. Probably just post it, whatever, just so that it's around. But that's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to go do anything else because literally anything else is more fun to watch than that game. So I'm out of here.